Hi everyone, and welcome back to Maths and Physics and Mr. Simons. Today's grade 12 trigonometry lesson. We're still on identities, and now we're looking at taking out common factors as well as factorizing trinomials to solve identities. Right, so we say prove the following. They gave me sine 2x double angle minus cos x, sine x minus cos 2x, a cos double angle. My answer is cos x over sine x plus 1. So whenever I have two terms in the answer, I know this comes from some form of factorization, either a common factor or trinomial. So on the top there, my left hand side, if I expand sine 2x, it becomes 2 sine x cos x minus cos x. The bottom, because I have sine x, I'm going to write cos 2x in terms of sine x. So cos 2x can be written as 1 minus 2 sine squared x. These are on your formula sheet. Alright, so on the top there, see on either side of the negative sign, I have cos x as a common factor. If I take out cos x, I'm left with cos x divided by cos x. Comes 1. 1 times 2 sine x gives me 2 sine x. There, negative divided by positive stays negative. Cos x divided by cos x gives me 1. The bottom here, if I multiply out, negative times negative 2 gives me positive 2 sine squared x plus sine x minus 1. Alright, the top stays as it appears. I can factorize the bottom, so 2 sine squared x become 2 sine x times sine x. 1 can only become 1 times 1. 1 is negative, other one positive. If I multiply the two closest terms, I have minus sine x plus 2 sine x, which then gives me sine x as a middle term. 2 sine x minus 1 and 2 sine x minus 1 will cancel. And I'm left with cos x over sine x plus 1, so that equals my right hand side. Right, and there I have solved the identity. Let's look at problem number 2. So they gave us sine 2x plus sine x, so we have one double angle divided by cos 2x, which is a double angle, minus cos x, and then equals sine x over cos x minus 1. Again, I know when I see more than one term on the right hand side that I'm going to work with factorization. Alright, so sine 2x can only be expanded to one thing. It becomes 2 sine x cos x plus sine x. Because I have cos x at the bottom, I'm going to expand cos 2x in terms of cos x. So cos 2x becomes 2 cos squared x minus 1 minus cos x. Right, if I transpose the cos x minus cos x to the middle and negative 1, I have a quadratic equation. So on the top there, you should see on either side of the plus sign, I have sine x as a common factor there, put in blue. So I'm going to take out that common factor. So if I remove sine x divided by sine x gives me 1. 1 times 2 cos x stays 2 cos x. Positive divided by positive stay positive. Sine x divided by sine x then gives me 1. The bottom, 2 cos squared x can only become cos x times 2 cos x. 1 can only become 1 times 1. Right, and we have to decide where we put the negative and positive. Because my middle term is negative, the biggest of the two values must become negative. So negative 1 times 2 cos x gives me negative 2 cos x. 1 times cos x gives me cos x. So minus 2 plus 1 gives me minus cos x. 2 cos x plus 1 cancels with 2 cos x plus 1, and I'm left with sine x over cos x minus 1, which equals my right hand side. Right, problem number 3. So prove the following. They gave me sine 8x minus sine 4x divided by cos 8x plus cos 4x equals sine 4x cos 4x plus 1. So because I see there 4x, I'm going to make sine there double angle, meaning I'm going to change 8x to 2 times 4x. That 8x also to 2 times 4x, because there I'm working with 4x. So that becomes sine 2 times 4x, and that becomes cos 2 times 4x, minus sine 4x plus cos 4x. If we expand, this becomes 2 sine 4x cos 4x minus sine 4x, and at the bottom there, because I have cos 4x, I write the cos double angle only in terms of cos, so it becomes 2 cos squared 4x minus 1 plus cos 4x. You can see on either side of the minus sign, I have sine 4x as a common factor. I hope you see that the two items in blue. So if I take out sine 4x divided by sine 4x cancels or forms 1. 1 times 2 cos 4x stays 2 cos 4x. Sine 4x divided by sine 4x would stay minus 1. The bottom, if I put cos 4x in the middle, I have a quadratic equation. I have to use the factors of 2 and negative 1 to get to plus 1. So if I factorize 2, can only be 2 cos 4x times cos 4x. 1 can only be 1 times 1, right? But I want a positive there, so 2 times positive 1 gives me positive 2, minus 1, 2 minus the 1 gives me then positive cos 4x. 2 cos 4x minus 1 cancels with 2 cos 4x minus 1. I'm left with sine 4x cos 4x plus 1, which then equals my right hand side. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope it makes sense. Please like and subscribe. Wish you nothing but the best. God bless. Bye.